Ratchet and Clank walkthrough part 7, so we are here in Metropolis, and we just got our swing shot, which I used at the end of the last video. And, oh man, allergies are bugging me, so I forgot to turn off the air conditioner. Sorry if that's annoying, it shouldn't be too bad though. So now we need to go and get Clank upgraded. This upgrade, oh, it just turned off, cool. Anyway, this first upgrade he'll be getting is his gliding ability, and that'll come in handy in a few places. Don't expect it to save your life a whole lot, because if you're not high enough, that gliding isn't going to make you go any higher, and if you're going to fall to your death, then you're probably still going to fall to your death. But there are going to be many places where you have to glide to get there, so that's why we need it. So the first real use of the blaster came in here, and aiming it is pretty straightforward. You just look where you want to shoot it, and a little circle will come over that enemy. When you push the circle button, then your blaster will automatically fire toward that enemy. But if the enemy moves even a little bit, and even if you move a little bit, that circle goes away, and that can make shooting them in third person pretty difficult. So if you push L1, then you'll go into first person, and you'll be able to aim a lot better, and you can shoot them from a lot farther away, because a lot of times enemies won't come up to you until you get within a certain proximity of them. So this blaster will allow you to pick off many enemies one by one, and that can let you clear whole areas without taking any damage or really doing anything. If you just tap the circle button, you will do burst one at a time. That is a good way to save ammo. If you push and hold the circle button, you'll just shoot a bunch of them. Now, it may not look like it's actually doing damage, because you may think the enemy needs to flash red to take damage, but as long as one of your bullets is hitting them, then they are taking damage. So if they take 3 hits to die, it doesn't matter when you shoot them 3 times, you just have to shoot them 3 times and then they will die. Now this is, weirdly, the first and one of the only times you actually run into an enemy like this. I mean, there's a lot of other flying enemies that will shoot stuff at you, but I think this is the only helicopter that shoots those little guns at you. And he's not too powerful. He only takes a couple of hits with the blaster to die, but he can be a little bit annoying because the bullets he shoots are very quick and they'll go right after you. So I think this was actually the first time in the game that I died, and I did cut out my death, but it's pretty aggravating when you make it pretty far and you have to do that all over again. So just expect that to happen a few times in this game. Checkpoints are pretty random. They will give you a checkpoint when you don't expect one, and they won't give you a checkpoint when you expect one, and they're pretty sparse, so just expect to do things a couple of times, and you know, you can always go on to a different world if you have them available if that starts to bother you. But it's not too bad. This game isn't really that difficult. You just can't rush in and kill everything though, because that is usually what ends up getting me killed. When you see enemies, it's usually best to try to decide how many there are and think of the best ways to take care of them with various weapons that you will be getting later on through this game. So with the blaster and the bomb glove, I don't think I got the doom glove yet. There's not really a whole lot more that you'll be able to do other than run up and shoot them, and also try and whack them with your ratchet. So that kind of enemy laid mines right there, which I don't think I noticed because I just walked over one. And those mines can be pretty annoying if he lays a bunch of them, so if you ever see one, it's usually best to try to take him out as soon as possible. So I'm just going around here again, trying to collect a few more items, and ammo will stay there about as long as bullets will, which is pretty nice, so if you ever need extra ammo, you can always go back and get it. And then, when you're ready, just keep on going this way, and you'll see that guy with a wrench on the spinning on the platform up there. That means we're getting pretty close to getting Clank upgraded here.
Ratchet, that's the man we saw on the infobot. Remember? He knows Captain Quark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
So, now that we've cleared that up, what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch. Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll just need my fee for service. Okay, this won't hurt a bit.
Hey, wait. Ratchet, am I cool now?
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
So as you saw, you'll need around 1,000 bolts to upgrade Clank, so as always, try to keep a couple thousand bolts on hand. And that flash there, or I'll probably put in a transition, but that's because I cut out the part that I died and I came all the way back here. So that guy is a checkpoint for this level, so if you die from here on out, and if you die before you make it to the next info bot, from here on out you'll just go right back to that guy. And it's weird because at first when you go through these levels it feels like you have to redo a whole lot, but when you know what's coming and you know what's ahead, the level isn't really as big as you think it is, and you can get through it pretty quickly. So at first there's these 3 enemies here, and you'll want to try to take out 2 of them as quick as you can because you really don't want 3 rockets coming at you from different directions. So if you can take out even 1 of them and then maybe you have to run from the other 2, that is better than having to deal with all 3. So when they are finally taken care of, you can come up this elevator, and you could probably rush up and run onto this elevator anyway, so anyway, you'll be coming into a bunch of these robo-dogs. And they work a little bit like these sand sharks. They have a spawner there in the middle, and you need to get rid of it before it spawns more robo-dogs. And that's not too difficult. They don't seem to spawn as many of those as they did the sand sharks, so it's not as hectic as the sand sharks were. So anyway, moving on past the sand sharks, let's go up this elevator. This kind of reminds me of one of those courses in Mario Kart Wii, and I know Mario Kart Wii came out way later. I just remember that one mall course where it's faster to go up the escalator that's going the direction you want to go. That was a pretty fun course. So when you come over here, there's a big train, and there's about 4 of these rocket guys, and this is actually where I died before because I only had 1 health left, and one of them just blindsided me, shot me with a rocket, and I was dead. Now, unfortunately, when you hit a cutscene, your health doesn't get replenished. Your health does get replenished when you die, so that is useful, but if you have 1 health and you talk to the guy who's fixing up Clank, and then you keep going on through here, you're still going to have 1 health. So in that event, when you know where the checkpoint is, it might be better for you to die because then you'll respawn with full health and you'll be able to make it through easier. Or you can just try it with 1 health, try and YOLO it, and, you know, be good. Be better than me, I guess, because I obviously couldn't make it this far on low health. So when you're finally ready to continue, just jump onto the train over here, and then it's going to start taking you forward. And I guess this one's more of a flat train, it's not the train. And I was kind of laughing when I saw that train because I just spent so much time in the XS Express on the Paper Mario playthrough I'm doing. I don't know if I can look at trains the same way after that one. So as you notice with the train turning, your bullets are going to turn with it. So aiming is pretty difficult from far away here. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to bother the enemies that much, but if you just walk straight up to them and dodge their rockets, it's not really that hard to get right up close and personal because they're pretty slow with the reload, and the bullets luckily don't, or the rockets don't seek onto you. So then once you finally make it to the end over here, you'll be running into the info bot. And all you have to do now is just kind of wait, jump on here, and this will take you to this platform. And then the info bot's going to run on over into the middle, and there's going to be a few more enemies you'll have to deal with. Just this guy placing mines. You probably could skip him entirely, I wouldn't though. And then there's a whole big stack of boxes over in this doorway here, so I'm going to get that first, and I would recommend getting it because you really do want all of the bolts that you can collect. And you can get rid of them pretty easily just by touching that red box. They should all blow up in a second, and then you can get the rest of the stuff here. So then, once you collect everything you've wanted, just go to the info bot, and that will be close to the end of the level.
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek.
Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant.
My sources tell me you're behind schedule. You must prepare this planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.